So let's start with our player ratings. We're going to start with goalkeeper Matt Turner, and then we're going to go from right to left across the back line. So, Tony, give us your player rating for Matt Turner.
Yeah, I put a 4.5. We're doing 10, right? We're doing the 10, 1 through 10. Yeah,
Yep.
4.4 or 4.5. Kicking was, there were 4 times where he played the ball at play, but for me, the big one is the goal. The ball cannot be left in that moment, in that area. It's got to go out to your right. It's got to go with speed, because even if a guy is running in at full speed, it would make it even harder to have a first-time shot on goal. So if you have to do it, you have to do it with speed. Yeah, so not a good night for me. Brave for Matt Turner to play. It didn't look like the injury affected him from a movement standpoint, for at least visually. He probably was feeling something, but a 4 or 4.5.
Okay, now move to Scally.
Scally, I actually liked throughout the game in moments. He tried to get forward in the first half. So I'll go right across the line here. Joe Scally, 5.5. Chris Richards, 5. I still think he gives far too many balls away. Tim Ream, 5.5. Anthony Robinson, I thought, was the best. And he, for me, sorry, I need my glasses. I gave him a 6.0. I can't see it. I gave him a 6.0 because I just thought his effort tonight, once again, which is something that is a constant with him, getting up and down the flanks. He gives you everything, man. Everything he's got all the time.
Okay. Brian?
Yeah, I'll give Matt 4.5 because he understands that. It's better. He's better than that. He's a great shot stopper. But to push it back into that area is probably, basically the costly error. Joe Scally, I'll give a 6. I thought he was good defensively. There wasn't a problem. We know what he gets going forward. Chris Richards, again, I agree with Tony in the sense that his footwork is still questionable, which it shouldn't be the case because we've seen him play in defensive center midfield, so he's had to play with his back to goal and still do well with his feet. I'll give 5.5, and then Tim Ream, I'm giving a 6.5. I thought he played well. I thought there wasn't any issues. He was never caught out. And then Anthony Robinson, I'll give a 7. He's the one player that is like the wild card, and teams don't know how to handle him. As soon as you see him running, they're like, what do? They send another player and they want to foul him. And I thought he played well.
Yeah, for me, Matt Turner's a 4 because, yes, the goal is on him and the way that he gives up the rebound. But I know he's got a leg contusion, but every time he had the ball at his feet, it was a giveaway or was out of bounds. It was really poor. So at that point, just tell your guys, don't pass me the ball. I can't use my feet. Don't pass me the ball. Right back, I thought this was Joe Scally's one of his best games I've ever seen him play, especially in the red, white, and blue. So I gave him a 6.5. Just defending, you knew what he's going to give you. He's not going to give you much in the attacking phase of the game, but he tried at moments to get forward. So no problem there. I thought Chris Richards and Ream, you're dealing with Darwin Nunez. This is one of the top strikers in the world in terms of being in form right now for Uruguay. So given that it wasn't the sharpest with Chris Richards, I'd still give him a 5.5, and for Tim Ream a 6.5 because I thought his defending was a little bit better, but he was much better with the ball. And then left back, Anthony Robinson, he always causes problems because he's so active, but he did give the ball away quite a bit, even though he was active and causing problems. So defending and attacking was pretty sharp. I'm leaning towards a 6.5, but I'm giving him a 7 because it's Uruguay. So I feel like we're pretty spot on with that. I see a lot of the guys in the comments, a lot of people in the comments saying, hey, we're pretty good with that. This is a strong Uruguay side. We did match the intensity. If not, we were a little bit better, but this is a pretty fair rating for the guys in the back. Now we're going to move to the midfield. So, Tony, take it away with your rating for our 3 midfielders.
Yeah, I went the same rating, whether it's a 5 or 5.5 for all 3 guys in the midfield. Tyler Adams, just a really good effort. I'm sure he's going to be feeling this one at the end of the night. Weston McKennie, same job he always gives us. And Eunice, I thought, was a decent addition. Second half, he faded a little bit for me, and didn't find the game all that much. But I'm splitting hairs with 5s and 5.5s in the midfield.
Brian?
Yeah. So for me, our midfield was defensively really strong. Didn't allow them to have anything, which I think we won that battle. I thought that Tyler's energy and reading was really good. Eunice, his first touch was off, which I was surprised. Like anytime the ball came to him, it was like a little heavier touch. So that part was like disappointing to see. I think it was probably the magnitude of the match and being thrown in there for his first start in this competition. And Weston, I thought was solid, and I'll give my ratings in a second. But that group didn't allow their midfield to overrun us, and that's what we've seen from Uruguay throughout this competition. So that part of it, as a whole, I thought the game plan worked. I thought they didn't allow them to create the way they have been so far in this tournament. So that alone gives me a base of 6. Tyler, I'll give 6.5. Weston, I'll give a 6, and Eunice, I'll give a 6 because we weren't as sharp with the ball, especially Eunice, who I think the world of. But they were up for the game, and they didn't allow their midfield to take us over.
Yeah, so I think for me, the same thing. Tyler was all over the place. He brought the energy, but maybe lacked some of the composure in his distribution out of midfield to break the lines. And, there are a couple passes here and there, but I think we're accustomed to seeing him be a little bit more tidy with the ball. And then Yunus Musa, at times, I think maybe he was too focused with his defending and positioning that he didn't have it when it came to with the ball at his feet, where we see him dribble by 3-4 people and create some mismatches, and that wasn't the factor tonight. And then Weston McKennie, for me, he was kind of invisible in terms of the attacking phase of the game. So I liked his work rate. I liked that he helped in supporting defending, but on the attacking side of the game, it was lacking. So a 6 for Weston, a 6 for Yunus Musa, and a 6.5 for Tyler Adams. That sounds just about right. So now we're going to move to the attackers, the front three. Take it away, Tony.
Oh, you like me first tonight?
Yeah, Tony, you got the tough one. Going first is always toughest.
Flo, I thought gave everything he had for the minutes that he was in. I went with a 6.5 for him, just because he did so many different things that we really haven't seen him do. We haven't seen him do a lot of. He did against Panama. So 2 solid performances, of course, 2 goals. But for tonight, 6.5. I gave Christian Pulisic a 6.5, not because everything came off tonight for Christian Pulisic, but he was willing to try things. He showed me he had a little Clint Dempsey in him. Remember Clint Dempsey played? Like he tried things, didn't always come off, but the defender was always thinking about what Christian was going to do. A couple of really good free kicks. Effort was good. Energy was good. And the leadership. I mean, he was in everybody's face the entire night. And then Gio Reyna, I'm up in the air. I don't know how to rate this one, and I'm struggling. He did some really good things. He drew a couple of. He's really smart when he's in trouble and he draws some free kicks. That part I think is like there's an art to that. So I'm anywhere between, depending on how you look at it, a 6, 6.5. Like we're in and around the same, but still wanted more from him in the final moments. When we finally got into the 18-yard box and near the goal, wanted that final moment for him to be a little bit better. But that's where I am. All 6s, 6.5s.
Brian?
Yeah, I'm right there. I think the one thing we saw from Gio, especially in the first half when he laid that through ball with a perfect pace to Florian, I mean, that's the Gio Reyna that we're so excited to see. I thought Christian, playing out right for the first time for the U.S. in a long time, did well. Wasn't able to do as much as he's done, especially in the first game, but in the second game too, when he had his opportunities. And then, Florian, I thought Florian was excellent while he was in. and caused. You could see the confidence in him. So I give 6 5s across the board.
Yeah, Tony, I think I'm with you in regards to Gio Reyna. It was the right passes, but if no one does anything on the opposite end, then you don't really get the credit, because there were 2 passes in particular where they're half chances, but you need the player to take care of business and put a shot on goal and score that goal. And so therefore, when the attacker doesn't put it away, that pass is long gone and it's forgotten. So I think for Christian, I liked his work rate. I liked the attitude. I think he was trying as much as he could. So I like to give him a 7 tonight. And then for Gio, a 6.5, and for Balogun, a 6.5. Those would be my ratings. But overall, you feel like, man, this team, given what we saw tonight, really underperformed. And it comes down to that Panama game, the second game, where had they taken advantage of the opportunity when they had 11 before the Tim Weah, and then the Tim Weah
But Charlie, that's not performance. That's dealing with what's been going on, like what's happening on the field, in my opinion, right? So, and that factors in everything. I'm not saying that doesn't matter, but the commitment, the performance was like where you'd want to see. The execution and scoring goals and creating opportunities, no, I agree with you there.